Hello, welcome this evening. I call this April 12th, 2022 virtual zoning meeting of the Bernalillo County Board of Commissioners to order. We will have a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance led by our own Nick Ham.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Ham. We have a good agenda in front of us. PDS Director Lucas Tafoya, are there any changes or additions to the agenda?
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the commission. Yeah, this is Lucas Tafoya with the Planning and Development Services Department. There are no changes to the agenda. We have organized with the appellants and revised the way we're going to do this meeting today in order to do a Zoom meeting. And the commission has a few options to consider here. Obviously, you can hear these appeals the way we are ready to go, or you may choose to postpone this hearing to ensure that anybody else who might have missed out on this hearing today, the notification that is able to participate next month. And then you also have the opportunity to remand if you see that is necessary as well.
Thank you, Mr. Tafoya. Vice Chair Benson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, this, in terms of the crematorium, it's in my district. And so reviewing the records, seems there were some people who wanted to clarify and testify their positions at the second CPC hearing, and they were not provided that opportunity. Based on that, I would ask that we remand the issue, and I'd like to present that to the commission here.
Thank you, Vice Chair Benson. Appreciate that. And we hadn't approved the minutes yet. Can we let's approve the minutes and then we'll go into that remand motion. Is that okay? Is that proper, Julia?
Madam Chair, yes, that's fine.
Or is there a preferred way?
No, that's fine. We can go back to the minutes, and then we'll just need a second to Commissioner Benson's motion to remand.
Okay, thank you. So I just to get our formalities done, I move to approve the March 15, 2022 zoning meeting minutes. Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Vice Chair Benson. All in favor? Any roll call, please, Madam Clerk?
Yes. Commissioner O'Malley.
Yes.
Commissioner Casada.
Aye.
Commissioner Piscotti.
Aye.
Vice Chair Benson.
Aye.
Madam Chair Barboa.
Aye.
So called.
Thank you. Minutes approved. And now we have a motion by Commissioner Benson to remand both appeals that are before us today. I can second that. Any discussion, questions?
Madam Chair, this is Lucas. Would just ask for specific direction for the CPC. Would you like that reopened for complete review of any potential, I guess, anybody to bring any testimony, new testimony forward, or anybody who may not have been able to participate on the second hearing? We just would like to get some specific direction for the commission so that they can follow through with that.
Vice Chair Benson, is there direction that you?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Tafoya, the ultimate goal is to make sure that everybody's heard and they're able to go through the right process. So maybe you can help us with that language. I think you know what my intent is. And And if that's not clear, I'm happy to further explain. But basically, I'd like for the individuals who felt that they didn't get the opportunity to present their case in front of the zoning commission, I'd like to give them that opportunity. So that probably means additional information or additional findings. But I'll rely on your expertise for that.
Madam Chair, Vice Chair Benson, I think if you instruct the CPC to reopen the floor and they can take new testimony or testimony from individuals that were not able to testify at the second hearing, they can then they can revote on that issue, and then we'll clean that up.
Great. So asking for a revote based on a new hearing?
Madam Chair, Vice Chair, yes.
Okay, then that's my motion.
I'll second. Any question, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Madam, please call the roll. I was forgetting that we're on Zoom now.
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes.
Commissioner Casada,
Aye.
Commissioner Piscotti,
Aye.
Vice Chair Benson.
Aye.
Madam Chair Barboa,
Aye.
so called.
Okay, remand is approved and will be, I'm sure, in front of us again. So that's the
Madam
business.
Chair?
Yes, Commissioner Quesada.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure, I just wanted to just have a quick comment that, for sure, we want this to, for everybody to be heard, for sure. I'm just wondering, would this take precedent over like another appeal though? So once everybody's heard and the CPC makes a decision, would that be the final decision on this matter, or will it be another appeal process that'll come back to the commission again?
Looks like Enrico Grady has an answer first.
Madam Chair, Commissioner Casada, this would be remanded. The County Planning Commission would allow additional discourse and discussion regarding all the facts around the case. The Planning Commission could make a final decision, another decision regarding this. It would be subject to appeal. However, it would allow all of the parties involved to have a very clear, open discussion about any matters that they feel did not get discussed in the previous round in front of the Planning Commission. So it doesn't bar the fact that there could be appeal. But if there is, I think all of the, it wouldn't be an appeal due to lack of process. I'll put it that way.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to just try to clarify that for people who are listening, thinking that this might, that it does not come back to the commission if it's appealed. Most likely it will be. I think we all kind of know that there's a big need for this particular, because we faced that in our family. I had somebody pass away and they were there for months before we could get anything done. And so I think we have to also realize that this is sort of an emergency kind of thing going on right now with this particular type of industry. As you know, I think we're all pretty aware of that. If you've had death in your family, I think you know that probably at a higher level. I just worry that we're pushing this way too far down the road. And maybe I mean, a deferral is cool with me, but why don't we just, allow new evidence and bring it right back to us? And so we can listen to all the evidence and make a decision if that's the way it's going to happen anyway. That's just my 2 cents, just based on the need of this particular industry. So if it doesn't make it through this, then they have the opportunity to maybe find another location or I don't know. I don't know what would happen after that, but because it's not, that's not my business, but it is the business of us really providing, being the leaders and providing services for this community that are, in dire need at this point. For families, so people can have closure and get a lot of this stuff done through their families. So I just want to make everybody aware of that. That's just my 2 cents. I don't know if it makes sense to go all the way through the process and push it months and months, or we allow evidence and look at it when everybody can join. That's my 2 cents. Thanks.
Thank you,
Commissioner
Commissioner
Quesada.
Quesada. Vice Chair Benson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I hear you loud and clear, Commissioner Quesada, and yeah, personally, actually, this Friday, my family is going through a ceremony for my father-in-law's ashes, and I'm with you. It took us a shockingly long period to get it done. I think this really is more just making sure that both sides are presented. Also, it may not come back to us if the zoning commission makes a decision and both sides agree, then it may not come to us. But the point would be, or if that were to happen, it would be because both sides felt heard and were okay with the final outcome. That may not happen, and there's a likelihood that it won't, and so it will come back to us. Happy to speed that process up, though, if that's the will of the commission.
Yeah, Enrico, and then Commissioner O'Malley.
Madam Chair, Commissioner Quesada, Commissioner Benson, Vice Chair Benson, rather, the staff will do everything possible to move this along in terms to make sure that our advertising requirements and notice requirements are done, while at the same time moving this forward in an expeditious manner.
Thank you, Mr. Grady. Commissioner O'Malley.
Thank you. It's remanded back to the CPC. Is this like a new hearing where all new evidence, and is it a new hearing, or is it what is going on with the CPC hearing?
Yes, Mr. Grady.
Madam Chair, Commissioner O'Malley, this would would be a remand. However, certainly it would not be a bunch of new evidence. I think it would be an opportunity for the community and the applicant to testify and give testimony that they intended or they perhaps thought was going to be allowed when this case was continued to the second hearing. Just a little background, this case was heard. People testified. It was heard during a time that was just right after the holidays. So there was some concern that not everybody, if they were notified, which they were appropriately, they didn't have appropriate time to respond during the holidays, during the Christmas time. And so there was some concern that at the hearing that a lot of folks were not able to testify that would have normally been at the hearing. The other issue that came up was that because of that issue, the case was continued for a month. When the case came back up, there was some concern that there may not have been enough time for those folks to prepare, that did prepare statements, that did have items they wanted to vent and to discuss with the Planning Commission, did not get an opportunity to speak. So the remand may allow that opportunity for some voices to get heard that perhaps weren't, or there is a perception that they were not allowed to speak at the Planning Commission hearing.
Is there a minimum, amount of time that has to pass before it could come back to the, in terms of the appeal process, and what would be at the minimum be looking at in terms of the turnaround time? And if it gets appealed?
It's just posting. So we require a 15-day appeal period, but we can look at that since it's already been appealed. I haven't had a case like this.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further comments, discussion, questions? I always feel like I say everything is happening to me, but I literally do live real close to a crematorium. That's what happens when you live on the south side of town. You live next to all the things that people don't want in their neighborhoods. But yeah, I live next to a crematorium, and I've never experienced any bad thing my whole life, but maybe I'm experiencing bad effects that I don't know about. So it'll be interesting to hear what happens in this. Thank you. I think that means all questions are answered. We've already made the motion. So if there's no other discussion, then the announcement of the next zoning meeting will be Tuesday, May 12th, 2022 zoning meeting at 3 p.m. at Ken Sanchez Chambers. We'll be back in the chambers, and adjournment. So if there's no other business, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.